I walk in through my front door, and my next door neighbor is sitting in my living room, right?
Hmm.
And I despise this guy. I couldn't stand him. He was always happy. Like, you say like weird things to me, like, how are things going today? And like, are you doing okay? And, you
Right.
know, there's other ways to live, eh?
Right.
And I
Dropping those
just
little seeds.
little,
Yeah.
little breadcrumbs that,
Yeah.
that I just bypassed and, used to give him a little, 4-letter words every once in a while and told him
Sure.
what he could do with his life and stuff. And now this guy's in my living room, and I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me, man. I just got out of the West End Detention Center. Like, what is going on?
Right.
So I just looked at my mom and I said, I'm not in the mood. Like, I'm really not in the mood. My mom just looked at me and said, I could care less what kind of mood you're in. You think
Right.
I'm in the mood?
Yeah.
Sit down.
Okay.
So then, all right, I might want to sit down for a little bit. I kind of pushed things a little
Sure.
heavy here. So I sit down with this guy and I'm thinking, okay, here we go, right? He's going to tell me what I need to do to change my life and, maybe join a church or who knows what he's going to tell me, right?
Right.
And that's not what this dude did at all, right?
Okay.
He talked to me about how at one time he was living under a bridge, right? And
Right.
how he couldn't stop drinking and how his life was an absolute disaster. And I'm thinking, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
This guy worked for Bell Canada. Like, he had a family. I'm thinking, like, whatever, man.
Right.
And then he told me, like, hey, man, like, I tried to take my life one day that, it was so bad. And I was like, whatever. And he rolled up his shirt sleeve and he had these scars, right? And he says, that's why I tried to open up my arm with a broken bottle. That's how
Yeah.
bad it got for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, man, but I believed him. You
Right.
know, I just sat there and went, okay. And he said, do you want to know how I stopped drinking? I was like, okay.
Right.
Huh. And he goes, I went to Alcoholics Anonymous. And I was like, oh, you got, like, when he said those words, I felt like I'd been shot in my seat. I was like, come on.
Right.
Whoa, Alcoholics Anonymous? Like, I was 25 years old. I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Anything like that. Not that I knew anything about Alcoholics Anonymous, because I
No.
didn't. Zero.
Right.
I'd watched an episode of Hill Street Blues, this television show that used to be on.
Yeah.
And one of the police officers was in AA, and I remember them sitting around a table one day and him just saying, my name is so and so, and I'm an alcoholic, and that's what I knew about Alcoholics Anonymous, and I knew
Right.
people didn't drink there. That's it. That's all I
Yeah.
knew. But I thought, never, no
Right.
way. Like, there's got to be something else, anything else.
Right.
And then he said, "Would you like to go to a meeting?" So I glanced into the kitchen and my mom's glaring at me right from the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, well, the new warden doesn't seem to be happy, So
Right.
I just look, sure, okay. And
Mm-hmm.
he goes, great. He goes, we'll go tomorrow. And I'm like, tomorrow? That's a little soon. And he's like,
Right.
sir, like, you got plans? And I'm like, not really.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay. He goes, I'll pick you up and we'll go tomorrow. And I was like, where? And it was like a block and a half away from my house, right? And I was like, in my own neighborhood?
Right.
And he
People
just looked at
know
me.
me.
He goes, everybody knows that you drink too much. It's
Yeah.
not a secret. I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's how it started for me, man. The next day he took me to an AA meeting and, I had no idea what was going on. They read some stuff and it seemed like really weird to me, people were saying a few things here and there.
Yeah.
And then this guy that was about 10 years older than me, maybe 10 or 15 years older than me, got up and basically told my life story through his eyes.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
The only difference was this guy ran over a 3-year-old girl in a blackout and killed her. Right?
Wow. Yeah.
When he said that, Chris, in that meeting, I swear to God, a chill went up my spine because I thought to myself, that's going to be you.